You are looking at the CSS 737-500, the latest update, version 1.2.2. Hey everybody, CJ here. I'm your Classic Jet Sim pilot, and CSS just released this update. We'll talk about the update once we get going. It's going to be a quick flight today. We're starting down here at San Diego, and we're going to head on up to Los Angeles. Quick 45-minute flight, block to block. We're also going to be running Say Intentions. I've been using Say Intentions for quite some time, and they just released traffic injection to all the premium subscribers. I've been using it for a while as a partner, but they've released it more or less out into the wild in the beta status, and you can see all the terrific traffic it's already injected here at San Diego. We got that Southwest. We got JetBlue, we got United, of course. We've got an American, Stand Up to Cancer, Airbus over there to the right. Say Intentions has already loaded us up. But let's get in the cockpit. Let's get the plane powered up, and we'll go ahead and get things started. Battery on. We'll check the voltage. Looks good. APU switch. We'll go ahead and start the APU right away. Let's get the nav lights on as well. See if the update has brought any new sounds here. Got the igniters. Sounds kind of the same, doesn't it? All right, APU is just about coming online. We will wait for the blue light to appear to let us know that it's ready, and then we'll bring the buses online. But yeah, so this update includes one kind of big update for the if you're interested in trying the airplane out is they've brought PayPal on for payments. Previously, they were using a U.S. and Irish-based company for processing their payments. I'm sorry, but I don't remember the name of it. But anyway, PayPal is now available, so that's pretty slick. They're still offering the subscription model. You can buy month to month, you can buy a year-long subscription, or you can purchase it outright, which will include also the 300 and the 400 versions. Excuse me, I had to take a drink. The 300, 400 versions, as well as 2 cargo variants. So all in all, you get 5 airframes for the purchase price. I believe the purchase price is $120. Don't quote me. Go to the CSS website, check it out. Yeah, the subscription model, of course, which is what is folks are very opinionated on. I will tell you this. The way they've modeled the subscriptions apparently is that they do not auto-renew. So you will have to actively renew it each month if you choose to do it that way, which I think, frankly, is an honest way of doing it. So it's not some subscription that you'll forget about and then 6 months later realize that you've spent $30 on an airplane you haven't flown. So, I mean, take it for what it's worth. Just my opinion. This is, I have been provided a copy of the airplane to try out. So, but as you've seen from my other videos, I don't edit them. I don't cut out things that don't go right, and I certainly don't somehow try to edit and emphasize things that do go right. So, just trying to give you the honest opinion, honest view of it, so you can formulate your own opinion. But anyway, we've got the APU generators on. We will bring the IRSs online. Look for the on DC light to go out. There we go. We'll go ahead and bring the fuel pumps on. Should have had the left forward fuel pump on with the APU start. And then we'll go down the the panel. Galley's on. The IDGs are connected. Ground power is off. The APU generator is online to both buses. The lights are as we want them. We don't need any of those lights. Equipment, cooling supplies, emergency lights are armed. We'll go ahead and turn the no smoking light on. We are loaded already. We'll go ahead and bring the seatbelt signs on. Wipers in park. Ignition. Today is an even day, so we'll go ahead and go to the right side. We'll bring the window heats on. Let that get started. Engine anti-ice, wing anti-ice is off. The hydraulics are set the way I want them right now. We got good needle deflection. We're only going to go to, what did we file for? 10,000 feet today. So we'll go ahead and leave landing altitude. Let's see, we're going up to LA, where it should be pretty close to sea level here. 128 feet. So we'll set that to 130. We will be in auto, but we'll go ahead and set this to 10,000, just in case the auto system fails. And whoops, sorry about that, folks. I meant to put it 120, 130 here. Cabin altitude for such a low. Yeah, we'll be basically sea level. We'll just set it to 130. Auto is there. And let's see. Oh, we can leave the left pack to auto. We can bring the ISO valve to open. And then the APU bleed is on. There we've got our duct pressure. And we've got our lights set and our pressurization panels set. Back to the pilot seat. Panels up. Floodlights up. Bring these brightnesses up so we can read everything. On this, we'll leave it at 10. And we'll go to, we want the VHF 1 is on, 2 we'll listen to, 1, 2, PA, and we'll bring up the panel lights. We are on standby, so all that is set. Let's see, we want airport data traffic. And we'll go ahead and flip the terrain on for now. Excellent. We're going to be departing runway 27, which at San Diego is 275. We don't have our V speeds yet. We'll set this to 275. What am I doing? 275. $10,000 feet. And 275. All right, coming across here. Our clock is right. We've got no unusual flags going on here. We'll set this to 400, a little over 400 feet, just as a reminder. We will cage the gyro. Our fuel is a little over 12,000 pounds, which is exactly what we want. Everything's good to here. We'll go to RTO. Let's turn up our FMCs, or our CDUs actually, even though everybody calls them FMCs. Config. Good. Parking brake is set. And we'll skip the fire test for now. Okay. We are starting at KSAN. There's our reference airport. Our last known position is the gate. And we are at, we're at gate 36. Here we go. Our route today is San Diego to LAX. We're United Flight 1520. And our route of flight today will be to Seal Beach. 113.5. No, 115.6. That looks better. 33 north. We'll activate that. We're going to depart San Diego, runway 27, Coward 2, SLI, Seal Beach. Execute. And we will arrive ILS. So we're not going to be on a star. ILS 24 right from Livin, I believe. Yeah, let's go from Livin. Execute. Okay, now let's get our ATIS 134.8. So we'll tune to 134.8, and we're going to be doing this on say intentions.
D feed. Temperature 22. Dew point 17. Altimeter 3003. Density altitude 700 feet. Arriving and departing runway 27. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information uniform. San Diego International Airport, information uniform. 2351 Zulu. Wind 290 at 11. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, view at 2,000 feet. Scattered at 5,000 feet. Temperature 22. Dew point 17. Altimeter 3003.
Okay.
Density altitude 700
So we've got
feet.
uniform, our clearance delivery, 125.9. We'll get our clearance. So when you call clearance, it's who you are, where you are, what information you have, and where you're going that you need the clearance. Let's see, controls, comm radio push talk. There we go. And intercom 1. Okay. Clearance, good afternoon, United 1520 gate 36 with uniform. Going to Los Angeles today.
United 1520 Lindbergh clearance, clear to Los Angeles. Maintain VFR at or below 5500. Departure frequency 119.6. Squawk 3162. Expect runway 27.
Well, that was strange. That was a VFR clearance. Let's try this again. Clearance United 1520 with uniform gate 36, IFR to Los Angeles.
I'll handle the clearance request, CJ. We're all set for Los Angeles.
Oh, wrong one. I hit the first officer.
Limber clearance, Diamond 77 Kilo Romeo, IFR.
That's a great start, huh?
With Sierra.
Let's see if this guy
Lindbergh
gets his
clearance,
clearance.
United
Here we
1520.
go.
We'd like to obtain our IFR clearance. We have uniform.
1 second. While
First,
I grab the
first
paperwork.
officer's getting it for us. You might recognize that voice.
United 1520, cleared to Los Angeles via the Seaward 2 departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect 10,010 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.6 squawk 3161. Expect runway 27.
It's fun to have your first officer getting the clearance. 5,000. $119.6. Gonna read it back. United 1520 cleared to Los Angeles via the Coward 2 departure, then is filed. Climb maintain 5,000. Expect 10,010 minutes after departure. Departure be 119.6 squawk 3161.
United 1520, read back correct.
All right, 3161, 5,000. It is the Coward 2 departure, which is what we filed. 11906, we've got in the number 2 radio as a reminder. And 3161 in the box. We can go ahead and turn that on, so we're transpondering. We've got our route in, because that's what we filed. There goes our flight attendant.
Departing from beautiful San Diego and heading to sunny Los Angeles. We kindly ask that
Let's
you
do
keep
a
your
before
boarding
start
boarding
checklist.
passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bin
Oxygen's been
or
tested.
under
Instrument transfer switches are all in normal. Window heat's on. Pressurization mode is in auto. Flight instruments. We are heading 244, 244, 244, and 3004 on the altimeter. About 30 feet, and 30 feet. Parking brake is set. Engine start levers are in cutoff. Before our pre-flight checklist is complete. Now, what we'll do with say intentions is we'll let the first officer give us a little departure briefing, and it will be that Coward 2 departure. We're going to plan runway 27, so we're going to push back out 36 here, and then taxi out via Bravo, and then we'll have to jog over to Alpha. We might just get assigned to Alpha all the way out, but we'll see what they do. And then the Coward 2 departure will be heading 275, which is runway heading, till 520 feet, then a right turn direct to Winfield, and then Gwyn above 6, so hopefully we'll get a climb right away. Gwyn above 6, and then Coward below 12, which 10,000 is our top of climb today, so shouldn't be a problem. But we'll let our first officer give us a brief. Other than that, left seat takeoff, all standard standard call-out supply. If there's an engine fire failure, loss of direction or control, or any malfunction before V1, we'll go ahead and abort. After V1, we'll abort only if I think that the airplane is not going to be airworthy. If I call a port, I'll bring the powers immediately back to idle and apply max brakes. I'll ask you to confirm that the speed brakes come up, the reverser just deploy, and then once we stop, go ahead and notify, or as we're stopping, go ahead and notify ATC. Once we get stopped on the runway, I'll set the brake, and we'll decide if we're going to need to evacuate. I'll let you brief the departure in a few minutes. Other than that, it's going to be a quick flight. We're going to just go ahead and get set up right away for the ILS, runway 24 right. We'll get a vector after Seal Beach, I'm sure, and we'll take it from there. So, okay, so we got our departures in, we got our route, Seal Beach. And then SLI. We'll just put there. Really? Next page. Previous page. Can I lose this?
Clears, good morning. Delta 2217 requesting IFR to Seattle. We have information. I believe you said the kilo was correct. Delta 2217 cleared to Seattle via the Piedras 2 departure, then as filed. Climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect flight level 360.
All right,
10 minutes
let's
after
do
departure.
our performance.
Departure on 125.3 squawk 6221.
Our zero fuel weight is 100.2.
Departures in the filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 360, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequencies on 125.
Our reserves.
6221, Delta 2217. Delta 2217, read back correct.
Will be 8.1. And we've got a cost index today of 7. It's going to be low, such a short flight. Don't need to do a lot. And 10,000 feet will be our cruise altitude. Our cruise wind plus 19 on the deviation. It is warm. I was talking to a friend of mine who's a current airline pilot for a major airline, and he was commenting about how warm the atmosphere has been over the last few days and how much the climb performance has suffered in the plane he flies. And as you can see, with a deviation of 19 degrees, and I think the picture he sent me showed 15 or 16 degrees during the climb out. Pretty crazy. Top of climb, wind. Let's see. You know what? We're going to leave it blank. It doesn't look like there's much winds aloft at all, so we'll just leave it at 0. All right, takeoff. We need to get our takeoff performance. So we'll go to performance. Yep, the performance pages are still in kilograms, which kind of stinks. And we're not at midway. That's where we were last time. It's too bad they can't auto-populate this. All right.
Clear, this is 9520 Whiskey. I'm ready to pick up my IFR from San Diego to LAX. Clear to LAX via the Seaward to departure, DNS file. Climb and maintain 4,000, expect 10,000, 1 minute.
27, flaps 5, anti-ice is off, bleeds are
5.3, squawk 3412,
on.
520 Whiskey.
There's no MEL. Wind direction will leave with nothing. Even though it was windy, that'll be more conservative. And the outside temperature right now at San Diego was 22, according to the ATIS.
0 Whiskey.
Right, 22 degrees. Yeah, 22, and the dew point was 17. And 1017 is the altimeter in hectopascals. Again, that should all be set. All right, our takeoff weight is should be in pounds if I've selected pounds beforehand, which I did. All right. 112,802 in pounds. LBs is 51.2, 51,166. So let's bump this up. 51. Let's go with that. So 39, 132, 133, 140. We'll set V2 here. 39 is our D-rate temp. 22 is our OAT. And what did I say? 32, 33, 40. 132, 133, 140. All right. Pre-flight is complete. We should be ready to go. So takeoff 520 feet, right turn to Winfield, Gwynn, Padres, Coward, Meadow, and then Seal Beach, and then we'll
via the Pebble Stick, Singer South, 2019-6000.
then we'll head to the head to the ILS. All right, let's do a before start checklist.
214, and expect runway 27, type of 610 Papa.
Flight deck doors closed. Fuel is 12,000 pounds. Pumps are on. Passenger signs are on. Windows are locked. V2 is at 140. Heading and altitude 5,000 feet, 275 degrees. CDU pre-flight's complete. Rudder and aileron trim free and zero. Taxi takeoff briefing is completed. Anti-collision light is coming on. All right, let's switch to ground. We'll get permission to push back. Ground is 123.9. Ground, good afternoon. United 1520, gate 36, ready to push and start.
United 1520, Limburg ground, push and start approved, tail west.
Push and start approved, tail west, United 1520. Okay, now what we can do with say intentions, which is kind of fun, is we can go to our, we can talk to the ground crew. 119.99. I wonder if we can change that. I did not know we didn't have the correct frequency spacing. Let's go to options, cold and dark, configuration, software, applications, EFB. We don't appear to be able to dial up 199. So I wonder if I can cockpit to ground. Well, I can't seem to be able to, because that ain't gonna do it. Sorry, folks. Let me try one thing here. 118. Yeah, I can't. It's not got the proper spacing. All right, we'll stand ground. We'll have to Alt-P it. Or we'll have to push back here. Using ground ops. tug. Call the tug. Doors. Move the chocks. Alright. We'll do it using the help in the software. Well, that's a bummer. I'll have to look into that radio spacing and find out if I can change that. Because St. Henry does a really nice job. You can cockpit to ground, talk to your crew, and have them start the pushback, and it'll push you right back. Whoop. All right. Have we got a tug yet? Not quite. We'll leave the brake set until we got the tug attached. All the doors are closed, right? Yep. All right. Let's connect. While we're down here, looks like our trim is set. All right. Let's release the brakes. And we'll start our push. Start push. When I'm pushing manually like this, I'm not going to start the engines till we're kind of back into position. Well, maybe I will, because the push is going really slow. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard United Airlines Flight 1520.
We got the beacon going. We'll
We have an estimated
turn
flight
number
time
2.
of 27 minutes. My name is Lisa, and on behalf of United Airlines, I would like to introduce our captain, CJ, and our first officer, Captain Canada. Joining me in the cabin today are my fellow crew members, Sarah, Mike, and Emily. Before we take off, I would like to go over some important safety information. First, please ensure that your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap. To unfasten, simply lift the buckle. In the unlikely event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from the panel above you.
All right, I got carried away. I got off my routine here. Hydraulic pumps go on. The hydraulic damper, or yaw damper, goes on. Anti-collision light is on. Both packs come off, and the ISO valve is already in open. All right, now we're gonna have start pressure. Okay, let's turn 2. There we go. Got N2. Oil pressure's off the peg.
In the event of an emergency, follow the illuminated exit signs to reach the exits. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you have a pleasant flight. Now, Captain CJ, the cabin is ready for departure.
It's 25%. Got light off. And those lovely start sounds. Good start. Turn number 1. N2. Oil pressure's off the peg. Not sure why oil temp is so high so quickly. Got light off. Watching that EGT for the hot start. Watching N1 for the hung start. 45%. Starter comes off. World's slowest pushback. You know, it looks pretty good. I'll say that. All right, we've got turn the packs on. Goes to auto. We got the bleeds on. The fuel pumps are on. We can bring the APU offline. RTO, flaps 5. Let's go ahead and stop the push. Set the brake. And you are clear to disconnect. Show me the pin left side. See you next time. Okie doke.
Skywest 3473 request pushback.
After start checklist. What have I forgotten?
Pushback and
Generators are on. Pitot heat is
Skywest
on.
3473.
Oops, not that one. There we go. Pitot heat is on. Anti-ice is off. Isolation valves in auto. Start engine start switches are in continuous. Recall is checked. Auto brakes and RTO. Engine start levers in the idle detent. Flight controls are checked. Ground equipment is clear. We got left, full right, full down, full up, full left, full right. Everything's moving as it should. After start checklist is complete. Pitot stat, left and right packs are in auto. ISO valve is in auto. APU bleed switch is off. APU switch is off. Ground flight, we can go to flight. And engine start switches are continuous.
Jet 77 Kilo Romeo Limburg ground. Taxi to Signature Aviation via Charlie 5 Charlie Hotel. Have a good day.
It's interesting that the auto brake
via Charlie 5,
disconnects
Charlie
the way
Hotel,
it should
7
on the
Kilo Romeo.
first attempt of the day, and then after that it stops working.
San Diego ground, Alaska 1047, request taxi to the gate.
Alaska 1047, Lindbergh ground taxi to gate via Bravo Monitor Tower on 118.3 when approaching the gate. Have a good evening.
Skywest 3473 ready to taxi.
Skywest 3473, taxi to runway 27 via Charlie.
27 via Charlie,
All
Skywest
right.
3473.
It's busy here. Ground United 1520, request taxi. Spot 37 to taxi runway 27.
Taxi to taxiway Bravo via Alpha.
United 1520, runway 27 via taxiway Bravo. Via Alpha. Alright. Or actually, we're spot 4. Okay, here we go. I'm getting really weird frame rates. Very low. And I shouldn't be. Hopefully it'll improve once we get in the air. And there's a lot of traffic here, but you like those wind socks? One goes one way, one goes the other. Uh-oh. Why have we froze, chat? There we go.
Spirit Wings 1767, ready to taxi.
I
Spirit
still
Wings
have...
1767, taxi to runway 27 via Foxtrot, Charlie.
27 via Foxtrot.
Okay,
Charlie,
we're back.
Spirit Wings 1767.
And my frame rate's back to normal. That was really weird. Alright, not sure what happened there. We were looking at those goofy windsocks, with one going one way and one going the other.
United 412 with information, Quebec. Request. Start up. Startup approved, United 412.
Never turn on my taxi light. Shame, shame. It's the end of a long day at work, folks. Sorry. My head's not in the game. This is why you need two crews. Oh, let's do the briefing. Hey, Kyle, how about a departure briefing?
Sure thing, CJ. We'll be departing from runway 27, flying the Seaward 2 departure with an initial climb clearance to 5,000 feet. Transition altitude is 18,000 feet. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile, climbing to 10,000 feet. Weather at departure shows no significant weather expected en route. In the event of an engine failure below 400 feet, we'll continue straight ahead and follow ATC instructions. Above 400 feet, we'll follow the engine out SID procedure, climbing to 3,000 feet before turning back. For any abnormalities or emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff, handle the emergency, and communicate with ATC. We've been cleared as filed. Squawk code is 3161, and departure frequency will be 119.6. We're configured for takeoff with flaps 5. V1 is 142 knots, VR is 147 knots, and V2 is 152 knots. We'll climb out at V2 plus 10 knots. I think we're ready to go, Captain.
Thanks, Kyle. Nice job. All right. The V speeds,
Thanks,
though.
CJ. Just doing me job. Let's keep the skies friendly.
Attaboy. All right. Put in the chat if you know who that voice is. So we have those V speeds, though. However, were not correct based on what we had. By the way, flaps are 15 or at 5, green light, and trim is set to 4. Before takeoff checklist is complete. So while we're taxiing out, I'd like to invite you to go ahead and click the like, click the subscribe, and yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what else you want to see. I do have a regular release video coming up this Thursday, where I think we're going to be back in the British Aerospace 146. Don't know if we'll do Alaska again. Maybe we'll do some Air Wisconsin out of Chicago. But either way, it'll be a lot of fun. Love that airplane. Alrighty.
3 Romeo Delta, roger.
Working our way down. Tower will be on. $18.3. 18.3. If they don't tell us to switch, we will switch on our own. That came up on another channel. It wasn't a U.S. channel. It was a channel with a European pilot. In the U.S., according to the Airman's Information Manual, it is incumbent upon us to contact Tower when we're ready at the end. Now, in a lot of larger, busier airports, very often you'll be told when to switch over to Tower. So that's not something that you would. Oh, look at the Southwest landing. So that's not something you would instinctively know unless you knew the Airman's Information Manual. So we will stay on ground until instructed to go to Tower, or until we're down at the end of the runway and ready to depart. So that's cool. We had that Southwest just landed on 27. We've got a Spirit Airbus over there working their way to 27. 18.3 is in the Tower, and departure is 19.6, which we will put in the number 1 comm as soon as we're ready to go. However, another nice thing about having a first officer say intentions is that he should tune the radio. So we'll see if that happens. Oh, there's an Alaska 737 down there getting ready to depart. That's cool. All right, working our way down. What's that Alaska jet doing? Doing a little pirouette. Oh, actually, it looks like an E-175.
Speedbird 9 Sierra Whiskey, request taxi.
Speedbird 9 Sierra Whiskey Heavy, push and start approved, tail west.
That windsock definitely does not match the wind,
9 Sierra Whiskey, request
which should be
taxi
290 at 11.
27.
But we'll go with that.
Lindbergh ground, CDC 2318, requesting pushback and startup.
We'll go ahead and switch to tower 123.9. Since we're going to be ready here at the end.
American.
Or 18.3, sorry. Right? Yep, 18.3. And then 19.6 will be departure.
Spirit wing 1767 holding short, runway 27, ready for departure.
And there's that Spirit Wings.
Spirit wing 1767, winds 290 at 11, runway 27, cleared for takeoff.
Let's see if it'll sequence us properly.
27, cleared for takeoff. Spirit wing 1767.
Tower United 1520, ready for departure, runway 27.
United 1520, Lindbergh Tower, runway 27, hold short, you're number 1 behind the 20 and...
Hold short, runway 27, United 1520. So it's interesting, he told us to hold short behind the 20N, which is a A320neo. So it's an interesting command. Oh, and it's also interesting that the Spirit taxied all the way down to the end, or at least a little bit, before turning around. Nice. So it sequenced us properly. It should have identified it probably as an Airbus or, behind the Spirit.
1520, runway 27, winds 290 at 11, RNAV Winfield cleared for takeoff.
RNAV Winfield, runway 27, cleared for takeoff, United 1520. All right, here we go. Lights. Camera.
American 212, contact departure.
Action.
Departure at what frequency for American 212?
Empire Air 1042, contact departure.
Over to departure, Empire Air 1042.
All aircraft be advised, information Victor is now current, altimeter 1000.
Okay,
All
here
aircraft
we go.
information Victor is
Spool
now
'em up.
current, altimeter 1000.
Let's get centered. 2 stable engines. Power is set. Airspeed's alive. There's 90 knots. V1, rotate. There's that weird rotation where it stops. You get to about that 5-degree mark, and then it sort of stops. Alright, positive rate, gear up. 400 feet. Nav. And we'll go to VNav. Putting the autopilot on right away. Go to flaps 1.
Contact departure.
Over to departure, United 1520. 19.6. Departure United 1520, 1,900 climbing to 5,000.
United 1520, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 5,000 direct wind field.
5,000 direct wind field, United 1520. Alright, 5,000 direct wind field. We'll sync up our heading bug. We are proceeding direct wind field. We also have our bank angle limited here to 25 degrees, which it respected. That was a problem on the last build, and one of the fixes they made. Alright, we should be accelerating to 250 knots, which we are. We're through 4 for 5.
7 Kilo Romeo, contact SoCal approach on 125.15.
125.15, 7 Kilo Romeo.
Gear is up, indicating up. And flaps are up, no lights. We are leveling at 5.
United 1520, expect the ILS runway 25 left approach into Los Angeles.
Expect the ILS runway 25 left, United 1520. Checklist. ILS, after takeoff, engine bleeds are on, packs are in auto. Landing gear up and off, no lights. ILS 25 left, so we have a little bit of a change here. So let's arrival, LAX, ILS 25 left, execute.
Skywest 3473, climb and maintain flight level 180.
So we'll get the charts out for the ILS 25 left. Los Angeles. Approach.
Up to flight level 180. Skywest 3473.
25 left. Alright. There's the ILS 25 left, and there's Seal Beach. That's where we're going to end up, eventually. Let's bring our range out a little bit here. Alright, why are we climbing above 5,000 feet? That should not be happening. So let's go to altitude hold. And our speed came up. Yeah, that's not right. So while we were looking at the charts, we started climbing. Up through the altitude we had selected. And we accelerated. That shouldn't have happened with this altitude in the window.
United 412, climb and maintain flight level 340.
So now we'll see if it works its way
Climb
down.
and maintain flight level
Let's go to vertical
340,
speed.
United 412. Contacting Los Angeles Center 132.85, United 412.
So it's interesting, it's not letting
SoCal
me...
departure, United 412 heavy at 1,600 feet, climbing 5,000.
I'm in vertical speed mode. It shows here. Right now we're going down. And then as soon as we hit 5,000, it's in alt acquire. Let's see if it works its way down. So now I've got control of the airplane through the autopilot panel. So a good lesson learned here is when the airplane starts doing something you don't want it to do, start reducing the levels of automation. So what I did was I took it out of LNAV and VNAV, or I took it out of VNAV.
John Wayne approach, Southwest 2303, 8,000.
Selected the altitude manually. I also took it out of FMC mode and put it into MCP speed mode. Right, this is the MCP, this panel here. So dialed in 250, put it in speed mode, and it took over the altitude manually. Hit the altitude hold button initially, and then I'm trying to trick it down into get back to 5,000. It is working its way slowly. The reason why the vertical speed didn't come on is because it was in alt-acquire mode, I'd have to, when I dialed it down to 4,800 feet, more 200 feet, more than 200 feet off, it changed. So anyway, that may be correct behavior. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, it looks like it's working its way back to 5,000 feet. And 1520 requesting higher. Yes. Oh, did he answer? Say again for United 1520. I heard the radio click.
United 1520, climb and maintain 10,000.
Climb, maintain 10,000, United 1520. Alright, let's get up to 10,000. Let's go back to VNAV. Let's see if it straightens itself out. It shouldn't accelerate though. So I'm gonna have to go back to speed mode. But it's not letting me come back into speed mode. We should stay at 250 knots. So let me come out of, let's go to level change, 250. Again, the airplane's not doing what you want to do. Start reducing levels of automation. So I took it out of VNAV. We're just doing a level change up to 10,000, which we have selected here. And it'll climb at 250 knots.
John Wayne approach, United 1286, 10,000.
United 1286, radar contact.
And it does have the speed restriction correct in here, 250 and 10,000, so it's not respecting the speed restriction.
SoCal approach, Delta 1143, 15,000.
Delta 1143, radar contact.
So far it didn't respect the altitude selected or speed, and then it's not respecting the speed restriction, 250 knots at 10,000 feet, which is set in the FMC. 1,000 to go. We're through 9 for 10. It's in alt-acquire mode, and at 10,000 we can speed up a little bit. All right, we're coming up on Padres. Should be a right turn towards Coward. Maybe it is Seaward. Alt-acquire tells me it should be leveling off. We also should be starting the right turn here shortly. The animation they gave these gauges, I think I've said it before. Here's the right turn. The animation it gave these gauges, like when I turn the heading bug, see how smooth it is and how it seems like there's a little inertia to it? That's really nice. That's well done. This company used to do
Los Angeles approach,
software for
United 1286,
real simulators, and I have a feeling some of this is a result of that. All right. We can now go back to VNAV mode, and we can speed up.
Dear guests, we are pleased to inform
276 knots should be targeted according to this. It does not seem to be respecting that. It also changed ILS 25 left. ILS 25 left. We'll just do from final. So ILS 25 left. It did not change. Gate Honda. It's got Honda. Honda's about the only thing right. This is the live-in broke. That's from the other approach. So it did not reprogram the MCP properly. That's a little odd. I'm going to turn down the contrast here. There we go. I can see the airport, the waypoint's a little bit better. Let's sync up the heading bug, which I have. We're chucking along here. Oh, it exceeded the speed quite a bit. Oh, I guess it's coming back now.
United 1520, cleared Vista 3, arrival into Los Angeles. Whenever you'd like, descend and maintain 7,000, altimeter 30.00.
Alright, Vista 3 arrival. Descend and maintain 7,000, altimeter 3000, United 1520. Alright, 7,000. The Vista 3 is kind of a surprise. So let's do the altitude first.
United 1520, contact SoCal approach on 121.3.
121.3, United 1520. It does not appear it is...
United 1520, contact SoCal approach on 121.3.
SoCal approach, 121.3, United 1520.
Kindly ask that everyone return to their seats and ensure your seatbelts are fastened. Please note that the use of lavatories is no longer permitted.
Vista 3.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Let's bring out the star.
Cirrus 2 Papa Bravo, contact Los Angeles Center on 119.905.
Vista 3.
SoCal approach.
Vista
427 Victor Mike. 3,400, climbing 9,500.
Piper November 427 Victor Mike, SoCal approach, roger. Santa Ana altimeter 29901.
So out of Coward, Bear, Maddow. So basically go direct to Seal Beach, 115.7. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this manually. 15.7. S. Let's go clear here. We got 1,000 to go. We're out of 8 for 7. Direct. S. L. I. It's that. Execute. Alright, we are direct Seal Beach at this time. Let's just do that. Because that was very odd what it gave us. Although it makes sense, because we went direct to Seaward, Bear, Maddow, Tozek, and then Seal Beach. So we'll get back on direct Seal Beach. We're at 7,250 knots. We've got all our... Let's make sure all our lights are on. And the localizer for the approach will be 25 left.
West 3473, contact Los Angeles Center on 125.8.
Switching to Los Angeles Center on 125.8. SkyWest 3473.
1099 inbound course. 251. 251. Ooh, Mrs. CJ's making dinner. I can smell it. All right, 251. She's a really good cook.
Departure Southwest
251, 250 knots, 7,000. All right.
Southwest 4529, radar contact, climb and maintain 13,000.
Turn down that terrain brightness a little bit.
Southwest 4529.
Let's also bring the range down a little bit.
164, Victor, Victor. Contact Los Angeles Center on 119.905.
And I don't feel like traffic is being displayed.
119.905 for Victor, Victor.
Oh, I guess it was. Traffic. Here we go. All right. Oh yeah, and there's traffic on final. All right, cool. All right, coming up on Seal Beach. On the arrival, when you get to Seal Beach, expect radar vectors. All right.
Southwest 4529, contact John Wayne departure on 121.3.
Heading. We hit Seal Beach.
Switching to John Wayne departure on 121.3, Southwest 4529.
And there's a discontinuity, so it should have just kept us on that heading. So again, take down the level of automation. Went right back to heading mode. I had already synced up the heading, so I didn't have to remember what heading I was on. And there we go. SoCal United 1520 requesting lower. Send maintain 5,000, United 1520. All right,
John
send
Wayne departure,
maintain
Southwest
5,000.
4529 at 1,000.
Level radar or level change, and we'll start slowing. Let's bring it back to 210 knots. We're getting pretty close. And United 1520 requesting a heading.
United 1520, contact Los Angeles approach on 124.3.
124.3 is LA approach for United 1520.
United 1520, fly heading 275 for vectors to Los Angeles.
Heading 275, United 1520. Alright, that was weird. Alright, so we'll go to 275. And 24.3, which I've changed. SoCal approach, United 1520 with you, 6,300 descending to 5,000, heading 275.
United 1520, Los Angeles approach. Good evening, Los Angeles, altimeter 29.907.
997 on the meter, United 1520. $1,000 to go. We're at a 6 for 5. I'm gonna go ahead and ding the cabin crew. Checklist, descent, pressurization set, recall's been checked. We got a really long runway here, so we'll go auto brake 2. Landing data is, we have a standard assessment because of the runway length and conditions. Approach briefing is complete. Hey Kyle, how about an approach briefing into Los Angeles, please? We're alt acquiring.
Sure thing, CJ. We'll be arriving in Los Angeles on runway 25 left using the ILS approach. We'll be flying the Vista 3 arrival. Transition level is 18,000 feet. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 25 left. Weather at arrival shows winds 250 at 14 knots. Few clouds at 1,000 feet. No significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published
SoCal approach, United 679, 14,000.
3161 and approach frequency
79 radar contact.
4.3. We'll configure for landing with flaps.
SoCal approach, SkyWest 4894, 14,000.
135 knots. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
Radar contact.
Excellent. Thank you.
United 1520, proceed direct Honda, descend and maintain 3600 until established on the localizer, cleared for the ILS runway 25 left approach.
Direct Honda down to 3,600, cleared ILS approach, United 1520. Alright, let's go ahead and arm it. Let's level change down to 3,600 because we are
CJ, we're cleared direct to Honda, descending to 3600
way above.
feet until we're on the localizer for the ILS approach to runway 25 left.
Yeah, they brought us in really high.
Los Angeles approach, American 3218, 11,000.
Bring in the speed brakes.
United 1520, contact Los Angeles Tower on 120.905.
Over to tower 120.905, United 1520. Zero 905.
SkyWest 3653, winds 250 at 14.
I should be able to cancel that.
Left, cleared to land.
There we go.
24 left, cleared to land, SkyWest 3653.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go around. Tower United 1520, we're going around.
United 1520, Los Angeles Tower. Say again your intentions.
We are going around, runway 25 left. We'd like to be vectored back for the ILS.
United 1520, landing clearance canceled. Execute missed approach procedure. Contact departure on 124.3.
124.3, United 1520. Departure United 1520 with you, 4,000 runway heading.
United 1520, departure. Good evening, Los Angeles, altimeter 30.00.
3000, United 1520. We're in alt hold mode. We should hold 4,000. I want 210 knots.
United 1520,
Or
negative,
flash
no
one.
1520 on frequency.
Huh? Alright, misunderstood me. And United 1520, we'd like to be vectored back around for the ILS runway 25 left.
United 1520, turn left, heading 075 vectors for the ILS runway 25 left approach.
Left turn heading 075, United 1520. Alright, here we go. Alright, that was a little bit of an improvised missed approach. In reality, they would have given us an altitude right away and a heading. They wouldn't have told us to fly the published miss because we were. They vectored us very high onto final.
1732 radar contact.
So let's see if they can't get us set back up for a more stable approach here. But there was no way I was going to be able to. I was going to be able to make that. So we'll just stay at 210 knots. Coming left to heading 075. We'll hold 4,000 feet. Busy, 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 busy. So they put us right on back on the downwind, which is okay. And for United 1520, would you like us to stay at 4,000 feet, or do you want us lower?
United 1520, maintain 4,000 feet.
All right, we'll maintain 4,000 feet, United 1520. Okay, we'll stay at 4,000 feet. Right about 27 minutes into the flight. It's been pretty eventful. There's the airport. And the airport's in sight for United 1520. I'd love it if they cleared us for the visual.
United 1520, cleared for the visual approach, runway 25 left.
Cleared visual approach, United 25 left for United 1520. All right, that's what I wanted. So let's go down to 2. Whoop. So now we can sort of vector ourselves in. There's a common misconception that if you're shooting a visual approach, that's all you can do. The truth is, you of course can back it up with an ILS. So it is totally up to you now, right? On a visual approach, you can do whatever you want. And I'm going to be at 2,000 feet, which if we
proceed direct Honda.
get to
I
Honda,
need you to read back the direct instruction.
GG.
Southwest 3769.
Yeah, GG is inside a Honda. So GG at 1,900 feet. So let's descend to 1,900 feet. There we go. Here's GG, which is the outer marker. So we'll just come down here,
SoCal
and then we'll make the left turn.
West 4781, 14,000.
In fact, we can cheat a little bit.
SkyWest 4781, radar contact.
Departure SkyWest 5805, 2,000 for 4,000.
SkyWest 5805, radar contact. Climb and maintain 9,000.
Climb 9,000, SkyWest 5805.
It looks like it's armed, but we don't have an armed light. Oh, there it is. Sorry. I was looking at a different place. Yep. Speed brakes are armed.
Departure Southwest 5018, 2,000 for 4,000.
Southwest 5018, radar contact. Climb and maintain 13, 13,000.
Climb
Slow it down to 180.
Southwest 5018.
We're holding 1,900 feet. Let's go to flaps 5, 220 knots. Speed is good. Flaps 5.
SkyWest 5805, contact Los Angeles departure on 124.3.
Over to Los
Turn
Angeles
left
departure
360.
on 124.3, SkyWest 5805.
Go to flaps 15. Flaps 15. Check. We'll keep the left turn going to about 285. Arm the approach mode.
Los Angeles departure, SkyWest 5805, 1,000.
Bring the gear down.
SkyWest 5805, radar contact.
Baron 359, turn left heading 040.
Turn left heading 040, Baron 359. Turn right heading
Flaps 30
115,
approach,
clear to the
133.
ILS, 20 right approach, Baron 359.
VOR low, glide slope is armed.
Contact Los Angeles Center on 125.275.
VOR low is captured. I did it late. We barely flew through it.
Departure, American 2024, 2000 for 4000.
Slowing to 133. Flaps 25.
American 2024, radar contact. Climb and maintain 13-3000.
Start our turn back.
Climb 13-3000.
We're on
American
glide slope.
2024.
Departure, Southwest 1856, 2000 for 4000.
Southwest 1856, radar contact. Climb and maintain 13-3000.
Flaps 30.
Climb 13-3000, Southwest 1856.
Gears down. Speed brakes are armed. Flaps are 30. Start switches are still in continuous because it was such a short flight. Speed brake is armed. The gear down. Flaps 30. Green light. Before landing checklist is complete. This is looking a lot better than the last one. Still a little hectic, but not bad. It was my fault. I didn't switch the radios over to manual. I gotta remember to double check the speed brakes after we touch down. 1,000 feet. Stable. Sync. 700. Would you like United at 1520 over to tower?
United 1520, no need to report over the tower. Continue with the visual approach, runway 25 left.
Yeah, confirm United 1520, clear to land. They didn't switch me to tower. $20.95. I'm switching.
United 15.
Tower United 1520. We're on a short final. Runway 25 left.
Los Angeles departure. Southwest 2146, 4,400, climbing 7,000.
United 1520, Los Angeles Tower, winds 240 at 13. Runway 25 left, cleared to land.
25 left, clear to land, United 1520. Alright, clear to land. Hold it. Hold that attitude. That's 6 degrees. No. Power, come back.
10.
It didn't come back to idle.
10.
There we go. Two in reverse. Did the spoiler handle come down? No. Speed brakes did not auto apply. Manual braking. Speed brakes did not go. Auto throttle did not come back to idle. No speed brake.
United 1520, welcome to Los Angeles. Contact ground on 121.75.
Over to ground, 121.75, United 1520.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on our final approach into Los Angeles. At this time, we kindly ask that you turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we've arrived at the gate. Please ensure your tray tables are put away, your seats are in their full upright position, and your seat belts are fastened.
Ground United 1520. We're clear at 25 left. Taxi to the gate.
Thank you for your cooperation.
United 1520 Los Angeles ground. Taxi to United Airlines Maintenance Center, stand 21 via Lima. Cross runway 7 right, then cross runway 7 left, then Bravo, Charlie 4. Good day.
Taxi to United Maintenance Stand 21 Lima. Cross runway 7 right, then cross runway 7 left, then Bravo, Charlie 4. Good day. Oh, we're going to the maintenance. All right. We'll do that.
United 1520, read back correct. Good day.
Where is maintenance stand? It's over there. So, Bravo, Charlie 4. Second, turn left at the next, cross both. Turn left on Bravo, right on Charlie 4. Into United Maintenance. Okay. Alright.
SkyWest 3477, ready for pushback.
SkyWest 3477, cleared for push and start.
Pushback and start approved. SkyWest 3477.
Okay, so left turn here. We'll cross both the 7s, which I'm pretty sure the proper phraseology would be to cross 25 left, only because those are the actives.
SkyWest 3477, ready to taxi.
SkyWest 3477, taxi to runway 24 right via Charlie Kilo Echo Romeo.
24 right via Charlie Kilo Echo Romeo SkyWest 3477.
Turn on our strobes as we cross. I think he wanted us to cross at Lima back there. But we'll just roll with it. Cross 7 left. Also, I'm pretty sure the 8710 does not allow crossing 2 runways. It would have been cross runway 7 right, hold short of 7 left at Juliet, and then I would have called, or they would have proactively cleared me to cross 7 right.
Los Angeles ground, Catbird 104.
But I am not a controller.
141, requesting pushback and startup.
So then we'll turn left
Catbird
here on
104,
Bravo.
Pushback and startup approved, tail east.
Leave the strobes on as we cross this runway.
Pushback and startup approved.
Make sure nobody's coming.
Catbird 104.
Air Canada 559, ready for push and start. Air Canada 559.
A lot of planes here.
Push and start approved.
Pretty cool.
Push and start approved. Air Canada 559.
Alright, we'll go ahead and get the strobes off. Wing lights off. Transponder to just transpondering. And we'll take this all the way down to Charlie 4. And then we'll put her away for the night. Here comes the Mexicana. Or no, it's Hawaiian. Where are they going? There's the American maintenance. Maybe we'll see if the Stig's over there. Keep going, Hawaiian. Don't turn towards me. What are you doing? Turn right. Cross. Aw, see? That's bad sequencing. Keep turning. Go the other way. Because I'm going to Charlie 4.
American 3218, give way to the SkyWest ahead.
We'll give way to the SkyWest Embraer 75, American 3218.
That Hawaiian A330. It's coming right at us.
Air Canada 559er ready to taxi. Air Canada 559er, taxi to runway 24 right via Charlie 7 Charlie Kilo Echo Romeo.
Who's gonna flinch?
24 right via Charlie 7 Charlie Kilo Echo Romeo, Air Canada 559er.
And
SkyWest 4781, taxi to the ramp.
SkyWest 4781, taxi to
There we go.
via Yankee.
Alright, that was awkward. Okay, let's go ahead and start the APU. There's Papa.
SkyWest 5810, contact tower on 125.65.
Over to tower, SkyWest 5810.
Here's the United maintenance hangar.
Aero Mexico 643 ready for push and start.
Aero Mexico 643, pushback approved.
Push and start approved, Aero Mexico 643.
Ground United 1732, taxi to the ramp.
United 1732, taxi to parking via Lima, cross runway 25
It doesn't
left,
look bad,
then
folks,
cross runway 25 right,
but they
then
still
Charlie 3.
have some things to work on.
Lima, cross runway
The
25
speed brakes have
left,
not
then
been
cross
deploying.
runway 25 right, then Charlie, Charlie
We
3,
definitely had some
United
screw-ups with the
1732.
FMC, how it handled changes. No, it said Charlie 4. And I was assuming this was Charlie 4 coming up on our right, opposite of Bravo 17. We'll go with it, since that's the only other Charlie that goes into the ramp. And, yeah, there's a Delta jet. There's an American. There's Southwest parked in our maintenance bays. But whatever. Oh, why am I getting stuttering? I have been getting some stuttering with after this GSX latest update to GSX. However, I did
Aero
not.
Mexico 643 ready to taxi.
I did not load GSX for this
Aero
flight.
Mexico
So
643, taxi to runway 25 right via Delta 10 Delta Kilo Bravo.
25 right via Delta 10 Delta Kilo Bravo, Aero Mexico 643.
that's a nice accent. I probably should have gone to the other side because it looks like the only open bay is over there. I'm not sure where they want me. That does not look like an open bay now that I see it. So, I'll tell you what. We will just pull up here by the hangar.
SkyWest 3477, give way to the United 73.
I'll whip it around.
We'll give way to the United 73, SkyWest 3477.
S25 right via Charlie 7 Charlie Lima Delta Echo Romeo, Delta 256.
And we will let them tug us in.
Delta 267 holding short 25 right.
Alright, let me set the brake.
Delta 67, contact tower on 120.905 for takeoff clearance.
Open.
Contact tower on
off,
120.95. Delta 267.
open. Auto. And we'll bring the generator online. That will relieve our generators of doing anything. Off, off. Steady. Alright, we'll shut it down. Okay, there we go. Those are off. Generators on the APU for right now. Turn off the pitot heat. Turn off the hydraulics. We got our packs running how we want it. I think we're good to go. Well, there you go. So, I didn't get a chance to run through the change log. Let's talk about that real quick. Let me find it here. So here's what they reported that they fixed: the PayPal support, which I already talked about. So that's a big deal. They also brought a fix for one of their most notorious bugs. They say the jittering EIS with TAA, which we don't, which we use, but I don't notice any jittering on the TAA. But they've also reworked the flight control computer roll channel, which the airplane now handles LNAV paths, even the more difficult ones, much better. We didn't see any issues with the LNAV path, so that was good. And then they also fixed a nasty bug where adding a star in flight would erase the route. Well, we did not add a star, but we did change approaches, and it left a series of waypoints on from the former approach. So that was not good. Yeah, so that's it. Also today, they've released the 2024 version of the 737 to their testing team. So that's pretty cool. What else? Direct 2 in-flight erases route. Oh yeah, we did Direct 2, and that worked correctly. Remember, that did not work properly in our last flight. So the Direct 2 bug has been fixed. They also fixed the rudder trim index animation, which we didn't use. Fixed decals on the cockpit windows. Fixed the positioning of the blinker indicator for the oxygen mask test on the FO side, which we didn't do. And then they reworked screen glass. So yeah, so of those, the biggest changes we noticed were the LNAV flying is better. It's respecting the bank angles, and also the Direct 2 is working the way it should. So listen, they're making improvements. It is seeing regular improvements. They just released this a few days ago, about a week on the heels of the previous one. So version 1.2.2 has seen some progress. And then for those of you who wish to subscribe to it or purchase it, they now have PayPal. So, all right. Well, hey, listen, they're staying at it. They're working, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate you coming with me today on this quick flight, quick but eventful little flight from San Diego to LA. So I'm CJ. I'm your Classic Jet Sim pilot. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe, because I want to make sure you find out when the next release comes out for more flights. Also, we got our Thursday flight coming up here, going to be released shortly. Some more BAE action, so look for that. Anyway, CJ here, your Classic Jet Sim pilot. Keep the shiny side up. We'll see you next time.